Hello everybody, I'm Hannah and welcome to my channel. This is Bookshelvish. Today we're going to be going through every single book that I plan on reading during the month of November. So let's jump into it. Okay, so you probably noticed a couple of things straight off the bat if you've been to one of these videos before. The main one is that I've got a TBR cart. I've always had this, I just usually keep it in my book nook next to my reading chair and don't typically use it as a TBR cart. But I'm changing things up a little bit. Rather than doing the random wheel TBR picks, I have made enough prompts to have a TBR jar, and I think we're going to be picking about 10. On this top row I have library books, and then I went through and picked off a couple of books that I have been wanting to read a little bit extra in the last couple of days, and so those will be kind of the main ones that we're picking from. And then these I just printed off covers of all of the arcs that I have coming up. This is by no means my entire TBR, simply because my TBR is 700 plus books. There's no way I could get them all onto the cart. And then I have 2 stacks of other library books I have to my right. So between all of these, hopefully we'll find one to fit a prompt, but if not, then I can go and take them from my shelves. This is just kind of the ones that I'm like hoping make it onto the list by fitting some of the prompts. So like I said, we'll do about 10 prompts. I read far more than 10 books a month, so this will leave me enough flexibility where if like an arc doesn't make it on the list that I need to make on the list, I'll still be able to read that without blowing the whole TBR. So I'm very excited. I have not made a video using a TBR jar before. I did type out all of these prompts, print them, cut them up. For the people who write out all of their prompts, I salute you. I could never. So let's get into our first one. Read a book with 10 words in the title. It's a lot of words. Okay, so we've got, oh, so good to love, no. The Sun and Her Flowers. So none of those. I don't know that I have any out that are 10 words. Okay, hold tight while I go and try to find one. Okay, reporting to you live from my bookshelves. I'm going to have to skip that prompt because I don't have a single book that has more than 8 words in the title. So I have options. I could either pick the 8 words in the title one, but I think I have a 9 words in the title and 8 words in the title prompt in the jar too. So I'm not going to do that in case I run into them. And I'm just going to get rid of this prompt because I don't have anything that fits it, which is crazy because I'm looking at probably, 700 books on my TBR plus about like 30 library books and 12 arcs, and not a single one with a crazy title like that. Let's pick again. This prompt is read an Allurial pick. So Allurial is one of my book boxes that I get. It's a romantasy subscription, and every month you get to pick from like usually about 3 titles for what you want in your box. It's run by the same creators as Book of the Month. So I don't think I have any Allurial picks on here. So let me actually see what our options are here. I could do Anathema, Vessellus, Song of the Hell Witch, or In the Veins of Drowning. I think I'm gonna go, having not really any context on any of these, with In the Veins of Drowning because that was my first Allurial pick. So let me go grab that. A bit of a gloomy day today, so apologies for lighting changes if there are any. This is In the Veins of Drowning by Kaylee Cassidy. I'm very excited to read that one. Let's go for our second pick. This one says, read a book with an animal on the cover. Okay, so let's start with these up here. No animal on the cover. Does Fear the Flames have like a dragon on the Nope. This might be a sewn statue. Yeah, I don't know that we can count this as an animal on the cover because it's not like a live animal. It looks like a knocker or something. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, so this is the contender because it's got a skunk. Neither of those do. Those are both poetry collections. This doesn't. I think this has bees. Yeah, that one's got bees on the cover. Count as an animal, right? No. Jellyfish is an animal. Okay, I don't think the Favorites does. Oh, I bet. Oops. This has a horse, or the equivalent of a horse. I don't think it's a horse. I think they're like Kelpies. I really want to read this one in November because apparently it starts on November 1st, or maybe the whole thing is during November 1st. I don't know, but I've wanted to read this one for a long time. So it's probably gonna be this one. I'm not gonna grab any more options because we'll be overladen, but I've got the Scorpio Races, Pillow Thoughts, Milk and Honey, and quietly hostile. I love skunks, so I'm very tempted to pick this one, but I think I will be reading it anyways, and it might fit other stuff, whereas I don't know that the Scorpio races will. So I'll put the Scorpio races on and call it a day. Cool. Okay, next prompt. Read a debut novel. Okay. I think Milk and Honey honestly was Rupi Kaur's course debut. Let me go grab my laptop to do some research here. So, okay. Fear the Flames is a debut. Milk and Honey is a debut. You know what? I'm gonna leave this one off though, because I'm fairly sure that I can actually read that during October. The Library of the Dead is a debut. How about arcs? Do we think, what's coming up quick? The Book of Autumn, but I think I'm gonna try to read that beforehand. Fallen City is not, Son of the Morning is not, Something Wicked's not, Charmed Library I don't think is, Silver and Blood might be. So Silver and Blood is a debut. I think what we're gonna pick between then is Silver and Blood, The Library of the Dead, and Fear the Flames. And I think I'm gonna pick Fear the Flames. Also a library book, so again, I'm just trying to get through them. Okay, next prompt. We've done 3 so far. So this is number 4. We've got read a book published in 2014. Wow. Okay, so I know a lot of these are, honestly, The Library of the Dead might be 2014. Shoot, copyright 2021. I don't know why I thought it was 2014. Okay, let's try Milk and Honey, because I think this came out in 2015. So close. A lot of these are newer. Red Rising, maybe? I'm gonna be buddy reading this with Michael next month, so regardless of whether this goes on this list, I'm gonna be reading it. Oh, 2013, technically, but 2014 for this trade paperback. So I think I'm gonna count it because I don't know. Probably one of my library books is a 2014, but I don't wanna go through the effort. So, and I already know I'm gonna be reading this, so we'll go with Red Rising. I've been looking forward to reading Red Rising really since the first time I heard about it, so I'm very excited that's on the list. That is number 4. Let's pick number 5. These are all good prompts. I'm enjoying this. Okay, continue a series you've already started. Enchantress would be a good option because I read Phantasma last year and loved it. Enchantress is a good option. Also, it's like spooky, so I feel like that's good. All of those are new or not part of series. Same down here. So other options would be library books. I have 2 continuations of series, so hang on. I could either do A Blood and Bone. This is the second in the year 1, or it's called the Chronicles of the One trilogy, but book 1 was year 1 by Nora Roberts. 4 Ruined Realms by Mai Corland. This is a sequel to 5 Broken Blades, which I just reread in preparation for reading this one. I'm planning on buddy reading it with my friend Mel. So we've got either A Blood and Bone, 4 Ruined Realms, or Enchantress. And between all of those, I think I'm gonna pick 4 Ruined Realms, just because I already have a planned buddy read. So that's going on the list. That was number 5. Let's go for number 6. Read a book published in 2010. These are gonna be hard for me because, what do you mean 2010? We're gonna have to break into some library books on these because there's a few that I know are too recent for that. I don't know when Jade City came out, but I don't think it was 2010. 2017. Bright Sword, no. This one is giving more like 2019, 2022. This one's a pretty old floppy book, so there's a chance. 2016, 2018. I think The Blighted Stars was more recent. Oh my gosh, 2023. How about Name of the Wind? 2007. So close. Okay. This book is low-key kind of giving 2010, so maybe that's the case. 2018, so I guess not. 2014, so we're getting closer. Okay, so this means that we're gonna have to take to the shelves. So wish me luck, I'll be right back. I'm honestly done looking because that took so much time that I'm not finding like more to pick from. 2010, we've got read a book published in 2010. The book is going to be Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna. That's 6. Next up, we've got read a book about new beginnings. Oh, well, I think the best one to fit this probably is Ready or Not. That's an accidental pregnancy book. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. So we're gonna do Ready or Not by Cara Bastone, which looks like this. I've been really excited to read Cara Bastone's books for a while. This one, and I have Promise Me Sunshine. And I feel like everybody has, across the board, great things to say about them, even people who don't typically like the accidental pregnancy trope. So I'm excited for this one. That was number 7. We got 3 more. Pick the shortest book on your TBR. I think technically the shortest of these would be probably this guy. The Hill We Climb by Amanda Gorman. It's an inaugural poem for the country. So I'm thinking this one. I've got read a book with chapter titles. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so let's start with some of the library books I'm hoping to get off. So Rune of Kings, we're not looking for chapter numbers, it's actual titles. And this one has it. Ugh, I'm doing such a good job. Look at me go. Okay, we're gonna start with this one. The Rune of Kings by Jen Lyons. All right, we are 2 out. When I was looking for the 2010 books, I did find a lot for like 2009, 2011, but I am not diving back into that. I pulled a prompt that said book published in 2011. We're not doing that. So now let's do this. Choose a book that won an award. The Wedding People might have won an award. Let's look at the Goodreads Choice Awards through 2024. Yes, okay, so fiction was The Wedding People. Let's do that. The prompt was one that won an award. The Wedding People won the Goodreads Choice Award of 2024 for the fiction category. So we'll do that. I've heard that book kind of starts off a little bit dark. I am excited to read it. Been on my TBR for a while, so I'm hoping that it ends up being a favorite. I think this is our last prompt. 10. Oh my gosh, did we pick 10 and I just didn't even realize it? Okay, well, I don't know where my count got mixed up, but we apparently have 10 books. So let me make some room and then we'll put them on the top of the book cart. The books I will be reading during the month of November include The Wedding People by Alison Esbach, The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons, The Hill We Climb by Amanda Gorman, Ready or Not by Cara Bastone, Winter Garden by Kristen Hanna, Four Ruined Realms by Mai Corland, so excited, Red Rising by Paris Brown, Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling, The Scorpio Races by Maggie Stiefvater, and In the Veins of Drowning by Kaylee Cassidy. We also will be trying to get through some arcs. Mainly the ones that I'm worried about are Son of the Morning, Fallen City, Something Wicked, The Charmed Library. And then there's a couple of library books in here, but if I can get to any more, I still do have very large stacks over here. But Ruin of Kings and Fear the Flames at least are for sure due sooner than a lot of them, so it's great that we're knocking them off. And yeah, I had so much fun doing this video. I think that I like the trusty TBR jar and I'm excited to keep on using it and seeing where it goes. Here's all of the prompts that I honestly can now get rid of. Some of them I didn't like, but most of them I think were pretty fun. So thank you guys so much for sticking around, and I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day.